everybody, happy Thursday, and I'm sorry this video is coming out a little late. I went and got a massage, hence why my hair is in a pony and kind of looks greasy because it's filled with oils. But I haven't had one in a long time, and I was doing a little self-care, and I went by my P.O. box, and I had the biggest mail haul of all time. Yay! So I'll post some photos on Instagram, so if any of you are wondering if your letters arrived, check Instagram, Katie Morton 1, and I'll post all the photos there. And thank you all for sending me mail. Who doesn't like getting mail? I love sending cards and getting mail and the whole mail thing in general. It's amazing. So thank you all who took the time to write letters and put those in the mail for me. So on Thursdays, I'm on Twitter. So I've already been on chatting with many of you, answering your questions and letting you know if I'm answering your question on the video. And I have 4 today, so I better get going because I talk too much and don't get much done. And then I have a journal topic from Gina Ray, who sent me a letter in the mail with a journal topic in there. So thanks, Gina. And let's get going, okay? Before this is like 15 minutes long and everybody's like, what are you doing, Katie? Okay, first question. Hey, Katie, can you start relationships when you're recovering, or is it always a bad idea? I find myself pulling away as soon as things might get serious. I sleep with people I really like, never call them back, and then I hate myself for it. And have I not found the right guy, or am I not ready? I feel like there's something wrong with me. I'll never be happy with someone. Should I stop dating for a bit, or give up altogether, or just push through? Please help. Now, I want to talk about this, first of all, because it got a lot of chatter, and I know that many of us have relationships or trying to find the good relationship for us, and we're also working on recovery or our mental health issues in general. And, you know, I talk about this a lot because relationships are important, and it's good for us all to find someone that we care about and who makes us feel good, even if it's just a friendship relationship. We're still building relationships. And when it comes to romantic relationships and this question, oftentimes I find that when we're struggling to be connected and we push people away and we're frustrated with the situation and we're like, God, I really like them though. Why didn't I call them back? And why did I do that? And da 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 da. It's usually because we're not ready and something else is going on. I mean, you could take a break. There's nothing wrong with going through things the way you are, but if you aren't comfortable and you don't like it, which it doesn't sound like you do, then I would encourage you to take a break. Assess what you're looking for in a relationship and what's important to you, and then figure out who may fit into what you're wanting out of a relationship versus just finding yourself flung into them and then getting frustrated and not being ready and feeling like you're kind of then pumping the brakes. It can kind of help when we feel more prepared and more part of the initial process versus just falling into them. Now, let's see, what else is there? And maybe you haven't found the right guy. There are a lot of moving parts in relationships. It can be who we found or not found, the type of person where we kind of see red flags. Maybe we don't admit it to ourselves and we're like, well, maybe that's why I pushed him away because he, obviously drank too much for me or whatever. I don't even know. Or it may be that we're not ready. So I would spend some time, think about it. I think oftentimes we rush to judgments on ourselves and we automatically think, well, I'm messed up, it's my fault, or blah, 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 when it could be a whole bunch of things. So if you find a situation in a relationship going south and you're having trouble, I would take a pause and consider what's going on in your life, what's going on in their life, what caused it, do you think, and how do you plan on rectifying it, what would make it better. Just take time to think about things, process where you are and how you feel about it, and then we'll proceed from there, because it's often, it's not often, all the time in relationships is not one person, it always takes 2. So there's 2 people interacting, and so every time you interact with someone, it may have been them that time and not you, and vice versa, a little bit of both. So slow it down, think about where you're at and how you're feeling about who you are and what you're doing and what you really want, and then we'll go out there and find it, okay? Question number 2, what's your opinion on therapists with a website about themselves and their approach, CBT, DBT, etc., and those without? Can these websites help me find a good fit? Thank you. Now, I thought this was interesting because I haven't actually talked about websites and stuff before. I actually don't have my own website for my therapy practice. I obviously have katiemorton.com, and if you haven't gotten on there, I would get on there and check it out. And I updated all the t-shirts and stuff. So let me know what you think about that, if you like what they have or if you want me to create something different. I think it's a good thing. I honestly would like to see a picture of my therapist as well as kind of how they write what they're about. Just the verb, the way that they verbalize it can tell me a lot about who they are as a person. But obviously all that's judging on the, just on the surface, and someone else could have written those things, and I don't know. I think it can help people figure out if they take insurance and what the process is. It can help us like be a voyeur about it, like look at it and then decide if we want to call. And it can also show us what they look like. And if we're not comfortable seeing a man and the name is like an androgynous name like Corey, could be boy or girl, and we see that it's a guy and we're like, ugh, good thing I didn't call because I wouldn't have wanted to see him. That can kind of help. But to help you find a good fit, you really need to make an appointment and see them person to person, because that's how we can really tell if we jive with people, right? Okay, question number 3. I hope I'm not too late. You're not too late. I was late today. Okay, can birth control pills affect your mood? I've been taking them for 4 weeks and I don't feel like me. I've been really depressed and I've completely lost my appetite. Is this normal? Thanks. No, it's not normal. And birth control pills can really, really affect our mood, because we're taking hormones is really what you're taking. And that's how birth control pills work. And every birth control, just like every medication in general, is different. It has its own certain mechanism of action and the way that the molecule is put together, and why the scientists in the lab found it to keep us from getting pregnant. It's always different. Obviously, they're always working within a certain range of what they're targeting to stop us from getting pregnant, but the side effects of that can be, I had a girlfriend once who said that she took a medication called Yaz, Y-A-Z, and she said it like made her feel psychotic, like she was crazy. She'd like hear things. It can really affect us mentally, because hormones really affect our mood. So I would call your doctor immediately. I would tell them that you're having a bad reaction to the birth control and that it's making you feel really depressed and you're having a depressive episode, and ask them what other options there are. In my own experience, there are many that are low hormones, which means that they just have a lower amount of the hormones that tend to give people those side effects. And so maybe one of those might work for you. But like always, I'm not a physician. I don't prescribe medication, but that's something that we need to talk to our doctor about. And I would do it sooner rather than later, because you're not alone. This happens to a lot of us, and we have to find the right fit, because birth control is something you can be on for a really long time. Okay, question number 4. Hey, Katie, I really struggle with compulsive exercise. How can I get back to a healthy relationship with it? Now, I thought this was a great question, because many of us struggle with exercise and finding balance. Am I right? It's hard to find balance in life. And when it comes to exercise, I would work with your dietitian or nutritionist and your therapist. Now, the reason that I say all of those things, and people are like, but I don't have a dietitian or I don't have a therapist, try to find one. It's really important during this time. There's a lot of work you can do on your own, but the things that they would work on you with, just so you get an idea of why you're even seeing them, is slowly integrating exercise in a healthy way for what you're eating. Because the thing is, usually when we compulsively exercise, it's a way to cope. It's a way to potentially, if we have an eating disorder, it's a way to make up for things that we've eaten, and we're like compensating with our exercise. And so they make sure that it's healthy for your body and what your body can do. And they help you integrate it in a nice manner, where then we check in. Then when the therapist comes into play, when we check in with, okay, so you did your exercise twice this week instead of once last week. Can you tell me how that feels and what it was like not working out and working out? And we'll talk about the process of it, how you feel about it, if you think that it's still a coping skill, and we try to replace it with other things while letting you be active in a way that's healthy for you and your body and your mind. Now, I know that's a lot to take in, but that's why it's really important that you work with a therapist and you work with a dietitian on it. Preferably someone who has worked with eating disorder patients, because a compulsive exercise is really linked to that, and chances are they'll have worked with it before and have a good plan in place for you. That way you can integrate it, because we all can live active lives. No one says recovery means we have to just sit around all day, because that's not healthy either, right? But all things in moderation. So we have to find a healthy way to integrate it. And I would encourage you, if running was the thing that you did most, because I have that's the most common with my clients, I would encourage you to not do that. We're going to try something else. Maybe we go paddleboarding once. Maybe we go for hikes with friends, so it keeps the pace relatively, mellow. We go for a walk. We walk our dog. Things that aren't what we used to use, so we don't go right back into that coping skill. Okay? Now, journal topic. Thanks, Gina Ray. This is really cool. I like this because I love music, as you all know. Something that I've been doing lately is a song lyric wall. I take all of my favorite song lyrics and I put them on a wall in my room. It reminds me of the journey that I'm taking. Each lyric that I have means something in a part of my life. I thought that was really cool. It's like quotes or lyrics, things that mean something to you, that motivate you or that are positive. I would encourage you to keep it on a positive note, or something that is like, I overcame that, and that was the song that I listened to when I was overcoming that. It can be really powerful, and lyrics and quotes can be quick things we read in the morning when we're having a shitty day already and we woke up and we're like, oh, really? We can read those and it can keep us motivated. I thought that was a really good idea. So thanks, Gina, for sharing that. Thank you all so much for your questions and all of your journal topics and all the stuff you sent me. That is wonderful. Again, I'm going to be going through all of my letters. Sean got his first letter, his own fan mail, in my P.O. box, so he's reading it right now. But so anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow because it's Finally Friday, and I'll be on Facebook. So ask your questions there using the hashtag KatieFAQ. Bye!